What's good, y'all? We back at it with another video. How police think David did it. So I guess, David, he finally got arrested for what he did, and this man is gonna explain how police think David did what he did to this girl. You know, let's see. And I hope y'all enjoy this reaction. I don't know much about this, but I seen it. I feel like I know a little bit about this. He did something bad to her, that he had her in his car and she wasn't alive, so it was kind of crazy. But let's react to it, and I hope y'all enjoy this reaction.
So singer David has just been arrested for allegedly Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and he is going to trial. But what you got to understand is this trial ain't going to be simple. It's going to be a dogfight. Now, to understand why I said that, you got to understand what the police believe happened. Now, they charged David with 3 things, and these 3 charges are going to tell us the story of what police believe happened. I need you to just wait and listen closely. Okay, look, first they charged David with Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Okay. He charged him with seeing Celeste Rivas Hernandez while she was at an age that he should not have been seeing her at. If you don't know how old she was, look in the comments.
Oh, so he's meeting up with a minor, and he did, as 2 charges.
They charged him with interfering with an investigation. Now, again, these 3 things tell us what police believe happened. Okay, what they say again, they said they believe that David Celeste, right? But something I forgot to tell you is they said under special circumstances, including lying in wait, that means kind of like ambushing, and in somebody for financial gain. So what you can kind of guess from...
Yeah, he did what he did for money, I guess.
Is they're saying that David must have lured her to the crib, basically saying, look, come through to the crib, like I need to talk to you real quick. And then her for...
Crazy, bro. This man tripping.
Financial gain. They said David also her for financial gain. What that?
Why would he do that for financial gain? Like, I don't think she's like, I don't know much about her, but why would you do that to a girl for financial gain? Like, she's probably not known like that, I don't get, bro, why would he do that?
Well, that means that David must have been doing this to preserve his career. Okay, you'll understand what that means when we go to that next charge. Again, remember, they said David was seeing Celeste at an age that he should not.
Yeah, no.
Seeing her. So what you can kind of guess is Celeste must have told David, look, you finna be exposed. You're seeing me at an age that you should not be seeing me. Maybe we having an argument or something, and I'm finna expose you right now. David said, oh, come through to the crib real quick. I need to talk to you, lying in wait. And then her.
So y'all think that's why he did that to her? He did that so he doesn't get exposed for talking to a minor. But honestly, bro, like, you should have just let yourself get exposed, because now you actually ended her life, and now it's like, because now you actually, whatever he be doing, yo, he funny, bro. This man is a funny guy. But yeah, but now you feel me? So it's worse now, bro. Like, he should have just, this man David should have just let himself get exposed, bro. Because now you did what you did to her, and it's gonna be worse. The crime gonna be worse. You feel me? And to be honest with y'all, bro, like, the United States with predators and pedophiles, like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think they be giving them that much of a bad charge. Like, they go to jail and stuff, they be out the next 2 years, so, like, they need to fix on that. But yeah, this dude David tripping, bro. Like, you literally took somebody's whole life because you didn't want to be exposed for what you did. You gonna be exposed anyways.
Financial gain, because if he doesn't, she's about to expose him, his career is going to be ruined. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to that 3rd charge that we were talking about. David interfering with an investigation. What that means? So that investigation could be Celeste reporting him, saying, look, David's seeing me at an age he should not be seeing me. And him and Celeste, that interferes with an investigation.
Okay.
Maybe Celeste's parents went to the police. The police were investigating David, Celeste. That includes messing with an investigation.
Crazy,
so basically what you can kind of infer is Celeste was probably going to expose David, and David her for it. But here's where things start to get wicked. Like I said earlier, This trial is gonna be a dogfight. And how you know it's gonna be a fight is because of the fact that police took so long to arrest David. That tells you two things. One, the police evidence is not 100%. It's gonna be circumstantial.
Yeah,
and
low
two,
key.
they wanted to make sure that that evidence they got can't be countered by David's lawyer so easily. What does that mean? Well, the district attorney basically said it himself. He said, look, we don't have David doing this right in front of a camera. We had to be in the mud with it. Like, we had to figure out all of the evidence possible. We also got to make sure all of the rumors and the false evidence gets disproven too, because David's lawyer's finna use that against us as well. The police chief slides in. He gets kind of defensive. He said, look, all y'all saying we was taking too long, this and that. Like, we was in the weeds. Like, we was in the mud doing this. Like, we was working hard. Oh, yeah, he wasn't getting that passionate.
Yeah, it did take long, and they was working hard to, get it done. I mean, that's good. At least we got it here, bro. Let's see how it go.
Like, he was pretty passionate. He like, look, dude, like, we took long because, like, we had to make sure all of our ducks were in a row. If 12 can't convince 12, then we lose. See, what a lot of people don't remember is, yeah, police are going to have their case. No matter how clear that it may seem, David's going to have a lawyer on the other side and say, well, maybe that's not as clear as we think it is, huh? For example, let's say the trial happens. The prosecutor said, look, David texted her right here saying, pull up April 21st. David's lawyer finna be like, how you know she actually pulled up? Okay, shoot. Do we got her on camera pulling up on April 21st?
That's why I'm saying it's going to be hard, bro, without evidence for it, so, hey, let's just, man, you know what? Why don't David actually come out and say he did these things? Like, it just be, people out here just be so far, like, bro, why don't he come out and say he did this, just telling himself, like, that would be the right thing to do. Some people won't say, why you want them in the snitch if you gonna get some time in years or, be in jail for life? I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. He literally just took a person's life. Like, bro, the right thing for David to do is just tell the truth, say what you did, and don't waste people's time, bro. And don't try to get away with it. Like, people just be foul in life, bro. Of course he ain't gonna just come clean and say what he did. He did it in the first place. That should tell you, like, no offense, the type of person he is, so the man ain't gonna come clean. But it's just crazy how people are in life, bro. They will do things like this. It's crazy, and people are not gonna be honest. They're not gonna come clean. Like, y'all be safe out here, bro. Don't trust everybody, bro, because people out here, bro, they not good, bro, and they not honest. They will lie straight to your face.
That's the evidence that they gotta search for. They said, look, we got her on camera pulling up in the area. David's lawyer finna be like, oh no, David never saw her that night though. Maybe she got lost. Maybe she just went back home. How you know she was actually there? Oh no, we got evidence that she was there from forensics and all that. Okay. What if they just had a simple conversation though and she left and then something happened to her outside? How y'all know David did it for real? Well,
she was in his car, bro.
Believe David did it for all of these other little reasons. You see, that's what I mean by a fight. They have to have the utmost proof, because sometimes people be sitting there on a jury. It takes that one juror to be like, well, David's lawyer finna jump on people's doubts. He's gonna say, are y'all 100% beyond a reasonable doubt positive that David did it with all that?
It's crazy, bro. Let's see, bro. Yeah, do y'all think this dude gonna save David from going to jail? It's looking like it's gonna be a hard fight, bro.
Remember, like I said earlier, she could have just left the crib. David didn't see her. Somebody else might have did it. And then the jurors start questioning themselves. And then all of a sudden you lose a trial. Again, police said, not this time. We're gonna have a counter for their counters and a counter for their counters. So we'll see how good of a job police and the investigators did come trial. Now, something else you got to note is the little things that go on behind the trial so you can get the edge. This is what I mean. So this is actual police going into David's house. There's like 20 police officers that stormed in. This is basically police saying, see, David's pretty dangerous. Like, we really had to pull up in force. It's what police do to already try to shape the minds of people before a trial. An example of this being the perp walk. It shows police efficiency. It shows, look at this guy. He don't look like he an innocent guy. Like,
this man got a lot of police around him, bro. That's crazy. I don't even know much about him.
Look how many officers. Look at the stuff we have with us. You really believe he's innocent? Fine. But it's in the fact that they also said David might be getting the penalty. This can also be used as leverage in a sort of sense between the prosecutors and David's lawyers. They can say, look, dude, we can give him the penalty. What if we just remove the penalty, give him life in prison, and y'all just say David did it? This can go 50-50. Are you really going to bet your client's life on that? David's lawyer is probably going to be like, hell no, let's go to 9 yards, let's go for it. But it's just another strategy that police have in their back pocket. It's the fact that they charged him with these 3 things. They said, look, just in case we can't prove that David Celeste, the fact that he was seeing her.
Yeah, he meet up with a minor, bro. That's a crime.
Okay, that's probably going to go through, and he can get a lot of years for that. So no matter what, they gave him 3 charges that might carry some large max sentences. So they're saying, look, he might get the max sentence for the fact that he was seeing Celeste at of a certain age. And if he gets the max sentence for that, that is a lengthy sentence on its own. Disrupting an investigation, if he gets a max sentence, that might be a lengthy sentence on its own. You see, just in case, they have their contingency. They want to make sure that he gets some years regardless. But of course, they're going to go for the big one that he her. It's kind of like Diddy's trial. Diddy basically had 1 charge that didn't carry a lot of years, a middle charge that carried a good amount of years, and a final charge that carried life in prison. Diddy got found not guilty on the 2 bigger charges. He only got found guilty on the one that carried a little bit of years. But where it gets a tiny bit deeper is these charges that may be easy to prove that may not carry a lot of years can really range depending on the circumstances. In Diddy's case, he already served a prior sentence. Like, he was sitting there in jail waiting for trial. So Diddy's lawyer may come out and say, look, he was already sitting there for like a year or 2. Like, the charge that he got only carries like a year. Come on, y'all got to just let him go. In David's case, since the circumstances are absolutely atrocious, the judge in David's case might just be like, max sentence. I don't care. You can say what you want. I don't care. Like, basically, David better get not guilty on all his charges, or a judge is probably going to.
Sheesh, bro. He just got to get. He just got to find. He got to get guilty on 1 and it's over, bro. I think he might, though. What y'all think?
And I'm going to say, because of these insane, wild circumstances, boy, you finna sit in prison for a good while.
Damn.
David's lawyer might open his mouth and say, but judge gonna say, shut up, he going to jail. But again, this can go a million different ways. We're just gonna have to wait and see what the prosecutors have. We're gonna have to wait and see what David's lawyers come up with to counter what those prosecutors have as well.
All right, y'all. Hey, let's see how it goes, man. What y'all think? Y'all think he gonna get caught on 1? I think he might get caught on 1, bro. If you get away with this, it's crazy, bro. But even still, do y'all think later on in life he gonna come out about it? If he get away with it, he might start feeling bad. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. He should just come clean, bro. Just come clean, bro. If more people came clean, we wouldn't have to do all this stuff, bro. And some people are like, they gonna say, don't come clean. Like, bro, you did the crime, bro. Do the time. Like, y'all just not honest person, y'all foul, bro, and that's just what it is. And that's just how I feel, so hopefully, bro, come clean. I hope y'all enjoyed this reaction. Subscribe and turn on post notification if you did, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Y'all stay safe.